That's got good tires on it. Well, that's got it. How it gives you a good motor. I mean, it's got a good transmission. Got 33 miles a gallon. Oh, man.
Did you guys? Shaner, did you?
You didn't even give me a chance to get in there.
Did Shaner even bother to take his new stereo out of it?
Shaner said that Jim was going to. Jim had everything empty, so I pushed the button.
Did you get that out?
I just pushed the button. I don't know what was in there.
Stereo out of there? Stereo?
They're arguing about a stereo.
I told you you had to have everything out. You didn't have everything out.
Oh, man. It's getting good, Raymond. You're missing it.
Man. Oh,
I think Jim's about to cry.
it's been a week. If you would have told me, you would have been crushing it, I would have been here.
I told
I just Friday off. I was going to, that's where I got it off.
There it is. Do whatever you want.
There it is.
Now, when you start listening to me, I tried to tell you.
I was going to
That's
be here
good.
tomorrow.
Now, Shaner,
Tomorrow never comes in Jim photographer life.
oh yeah, very good, Shaner. Good job.
Hey, kids, what time is it?
Let's do it.
The alarm clock screams and there's a cat butt in my face. I don't want to get up, face the human race. I take a shower, I take a pee, I drink some coffee, watch some TV. But nothing seems to keep my eyes open. Nothing seems to get my blood flowing. Called up a friend of mine and asked what lights a fire under your behind. He says he spells relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the game's all is. So clean out your ears for the morning disaster. They got gas and brass and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature and there's no cure, but they'll be your favorite broadcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. I took my friend's advice to heart. I bought myself an FM radio. Now every weekday starts with a visit from the morning disaster show. And now I spell relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the gang's all here. So clean out your ears for the morning disaster. They got gas and breast and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature, but there's no cure. But they'll be your favorite podcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster.
Oh yes, it's the morning disaster. How you guys doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you, Nick, Nikki,
Good morning.
and Doran? How you guys doing? Nikki sounds really.
Good morning.
Nikki sounds really thrilled to be here.
I didn't sleep very good.
The overlover had a rough night.
Shocker.
Huh? The overlover, did you have a rough night?
Uh-huh.
Oh boy. And the lovely Doran,
Hello.
who sent me a text saying, "I'm rock hard." No, she sent me a text saying, it was a rare. You're in rare form today," which led me to believe like either she looks really hot or she looks like hell. So or is it a mood or something? That's what I got from it. So
I'm a hot mess.
It could be
hot
either
mess.
it could be either a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not sure which one it was.
Hot mess express.
But for me, it's usually all good. Anything a rare form is always good to me. You know what I mean?
No, it's like I'm a dumpster fire today. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So you're saying you look like hell today.
Well, yeah, it's ball cap day. Yep.
Ain't nothing wrong with ball cap day.
Well, I got a ball cap on, and I'm at. Well, I guess I need to get into Zoom.
Yeah. you should get into Zoom.
I'm outside today.
Oh.
I'm broadcasting live from the patio.
Oh, get into Zoom. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I've decided
Pool Central.
in my, she's hanging out by the pool today.
Yeah.
I was thinking last night, I was trying to find new ways to make the show interesting. And I thought, you know what I should do? I should start putting listeners on the Zoom.
Well, yeah. See where they're at, what they're doing.
Yeah, I could put, so if there's any listeners that have Zoom and are in a desktop, and I don't watch on your phone, but if you're by a desktop or whatever, let me know. I could put you on. Now I can't make your mic active, but I'll put you on. You have to get something else.
Yeah.
If you want to be, if you want to be on air, there's a whole different thing you gotta do. But
No, there's a lot of listeners that I'm pretty sure my friend Marianne is like sitting outside right now. She's either eating a gummy, smoking a joint, drinking coffee. Yeah.
She's waking up and eating a gummy and smoking a joint.
Yep,
Right.
that's how my friends roll.
Yeah, a little indica to get the day going.
And there's me who has like my coffee pot on my table. You know. 'cause
Oh,
that's
no,
how I
you
do it.
got to get on Zoom so I can see this.
Hang on a
But
minute.
I was thinking to put listeners.
What?
Oh, excuse me, I was yawning. I was
Oh,
thinking to
what the hell?
I was thinking to put listeners on
There's no yawning.
on
Hang on
cam.
a minute. I got it. Hang on a minute. I got to do the thing so we don't echo.
You are something else. You look like you're still drunk. Were you drinking?
No, I just haven't slept a lot. And this is what happens when I don't have like 9 hours of sleep.
Mm.
Hang on, wait.
You're a trip.
I got it. Okay. Now, no
Awesome.
echo.
There you go. Yeah, you got it. Good job. Way to go, Doran.
Yay!
Yeah, but I was thinking of putting some listeners on the show if if somebody wants. So message
Could they
me.
Could they call into the regular number and still be on Zoom?
Yeah. I could. You could call into the regular number if you want and still be on, but it'll just the Zoom will be just your video. That's
Well,
what I'm
I
looking
think
for.
that with some of our listeners, I think that would just be enough.
Yeah, you're right. Well, you know what, listener, I tried.
Or $2.
The listener I tried to get on today is Jason.
Yeah.
Yesterday we were talking, and by the way, we actually got a copyright thing on this. All right,
What?
a copyright because of NIKI.
The George thing,
No, guess what would we have gotten a copyright thing over yesterday?
the Warner Brothers.
No.
Oh,
Not for I want to hug him. It was me singing Over Lover. Put a
Oh, my
hold on
goodness.
you, believe it. Whatever the hell we were singing. We got it from the owners of the song Easy Lover put a copyright claim against us for doing Easy Lover yesterday.
Shut
Oh no!
We didn't even play. We didn't play the song.
Really?
We didn't play the song.
Bastards.
Yeah, we didn't
I
even play
thought
the
you were
song.
allowed to play like so many seconds.
Yeah, they still put a claim in.
It wasn't even the song. It was a parody.
Yeah, they put a claim in saying that if we made money, and it was just I always put the show on YouTube as well. You know what I mean? As we do the show live on Facebook Live, but the show is on YouTube. They put a claim in for Easy Lover, which was crazy. But one of the things I said was I wanted listener Jason to try and do Easy Lover. Now I got to be honest. When I said it, I thought, oh, God knows how bad this is going to be because it's Jason, who I love Jason. He's one of my favorite listeners. But you guys have to admit the man's singing voice. Well, let me just play a little bit of his singing voice in the past. For those of you maybe new listeners, maybe you haven't heard it before.
Oh,
This
Lord.
is some of Jason's work that he's done.
Plug in the 220, Mr. Hitachi.
I
Plug
thought
in the
this went
220,
away.
Mr. Hitachi.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is the voice of an angel. Right?
Plug in the 220, Mr. Hitachi. Plug in the 220, Mr. Hitachi.
Yeah, he did that, and then he did.
If the Pope doesn't invite him to sing for him, there's something wrong with the world.
Oh my God.
For me, save your snacks for me, save your snacks for me.
That's what he took
Save your
my
snacks
singing
for
from the
me,
show, and he tried to
save
match
your
it with the
snacks
actual
for
music.
me, save your snacks for me.
And then he sang a little bit of himself. Here's a little bit of Jason singing himself. I just want to bring you up to speed with who he is.
If you're ready, I'm willing and able. I will lay some supplies out on the table.
Oh, Jason.
Some soap, some lotion, and a razor.
Yeah.
I want it shaved right. Baby, make it smooth and bad. Damn it, girl, that bush is so hairy. No razor's been there since 1983.
Yeah. All right, there you go, Jason. That's some of his songs that he's done in the past. So
Him and William Hung can tour together. It'd be great.
So
Oh my
I
God.
made a challenge on yesterday's show. I said, I bet he can't do a song over this. But little did I know, I was challenging a musical, a savant, a genius.
Really?
Yes. I had no idea. I was challenging the unchallengeable Jason to do a song for Nikki. And by the way, I haven't heard it, but I'm very interested in what he did to actually turn this into a song.
Okay.
Over lover, she'll love you so quick you won't believe it. She wants no other. Before you know it, she'll be on one knee. Nikki's an over lover. She'll give her heart before you feel it. After a few months, you're gonna tell her to go kick some run. She's the kind of girl you run from, especially if you're a young one. You better forget it. She'll never get it. She needs a man that's more mature, one that can handle her. Don't ever forget it. Oh, you'll regret it. No, you'll never change her, so leave her. Get out quick, 'cause she is believing that she wants you to stay. You'll always know Nikki's an over lover. She'll give her heart before you feel it. She wants no other. Before you know it, she'll be on one knee. She'll be down on one knee.
Oh, there we go. Yes, Jason.
Wow.
Easy
She's
Lover
an
is one of my
over
favorite songs of all time, and I'm happy and pissed at the same time.
Yeah, but are
There
you rock
go.
hard?
Oh, are you rock hard?
Not anymore.
Oh, love it. Way to go, as Nick, as you said earlier, that man should be singing for the Pope. It is amazingly beautiful how fantastic his music is. Thank you, Jason, for that fine version of Over Lover.
Total piece of art.
I love it.
Total piece of art.
Nikki's an overlover. So, hey, Nikki, how is your overlover situation? Are you still in the same mode?
What do you mean, mode?
Well, you told us.
Nothing's changed.
You
Are
said.
you still kicking rocks?
Yeah. You said you
I'm still
told,
kicking rock.
you were screaming at the guy for whatever. And the guy said, "Kick rock." Go
Pounding
kick rock.
sand.
Yeah, and you.
I'm pounding the sand. I'm kicking some rock.
Go fly a kite now.
Stubbing my toe.
That will be some closer. Fly the kite.
That's what we were. That's what we were told yesterday. So the same thing is going on.
Oh dear.
There's some sand.
There's
being
been no
pounded.
communication back and forth.
Oh boy.
Well, you blocked him, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So there's absolutely no communication. There you go.
No communication back and forth. It's done.
Thank
I'm
God.
kicking rock.
Well, good. I don't know who the guy is, but I'm glad.
I know you are.
'Cause we don't need your attention diverted from important things.
I'm telling you what, kicking rocks is not bad. It's not a bad thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Kick those rocks, sister. Kick them.
Kick those rocks
Kick them.
square in the nuts, in the newts.
Yeah.
Well, way to go, Nikki. I'm glad that you.
Yeah.
I part of me was thinking, oh, she already melted today.
No.
I'm like, she probably already gave in. Thank God you didn't. Oh my God, excuse me.
What did you do?
I sneezed like I have COVID. I don't know what's going on. I'm
Oh,
like Ezekiel Elliott of the Cowboys.
ugh.
I have COVID. Oh my God.
You know, our numbers are down, so I'm pretty sure that is not your case.
Yeah, in Illinois, it's down.
Yeah.
Or we're
And
leveling up.
Western states are fucked.
Yeah, but how about, do you guys see Arizona? Oh my God.
Yeah, they're fucked.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Arizona, Texas, Florida.
Well, that's simply because they did not follow suit.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, yeah, we're out here in the West. We're all cowboys and we're Republicans and got guns and shit.
Everyone's
Ain't
trying
going to get us.
everyone's trying to politicize it. They're all trying to politicize it. But
Exactly.
there were rules that were put out by the president. The president is a Republican. The president's Donald Trump.
However,
He put out guidelines, all right? And our governor, who is a Democrat, followed them. We are the only state. We are the only state that followed the guidelines. Illinois.
Yep.
And our numbers are going down. And all these other states are like, well, we're gonna try to follow them. But then even the president couldn't even follow his own guide. He put the guidelines out literally like 2 weeks later. He's like, it's time to open it up. We're gonna open up. Knowing the numbers were going up when he was wanting to open it up. And even his own experts were saying, no, this is not a time to open it up. And they do it.
not a good idea, Carrot Top.
I
Not a
even
good
got
idea.
a postcard on it.
Yeah.
What? What do you say?
Remember when
What?
when they sent out the stimulus things, he sent a postcard out with naming all the guidelines that had his name on it. It was a big thing that he sent to every American. God knows what that cost.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And then, so they sent it out, and now the numbers, they started opening up because, well, I think because he said, we need to open it up. So they started opening up states with Republican governors. They opened up, and now look at what's happening in Arizona, in Florida, in Texas. It's unbelievable. Meanwhile, here in Illinois, it's going down. But here's my fear. It's the United States. We openly travel all over the place. It's the United States. So what's going to happen?
What's your fear?
My fear is that we've done our job in fighting against this virus and getting the numbers low.
And some a-hole from Indiana is going to ruin it.
Yeah, some asshole is going to cross the border into Illinois and start it over again. And we're going to end up, my fear is we're going to end up having to do this all again in October.
Or sooner.
Yeah. That just makes me so angry because I see the inevitability. As soon as it starts cooling down again, and I'm thinking October, November, probably right when the election's happening. But it starts to cool down, and it doesn't get too cool, but it starts to cool down. Like we're gonna get up in the 90s and stuff. So it'll just it'll start dissipating more because of the 90s. But when it starts cooling down and gets into 70s and 60s and stuff, it's gonna come back. That's my fear. I don't want to go through this shit again in the fall.
Yeah, I hear you. Second wave, man. Second wave.
Second wave sucks.
Yeah.
Then I'll be eating gummies and smoking pot in the morning.
Well, it's all right.
There's a ton of us. There's a ton of us that are unemployed, and it just you know, there's no. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. I mean, I'm doing this, but I don't know what else can be done. Anyway.
Yeah, if I have to shut down my salon again, I'm.
Yeah, how are you gonna make it?
Tell you what, huh?
How will you make it if you have to shut down again?
Well, you know what? It's like I'm going to have to go after the government again and be like, okay, so you're telling me I can't fucking work.
Yeah.
So what are you going to give me? I mean, I hate to be like that, but it's like if you're, I followed the rules, right? I followed the rules.
And they're already saying they're not going to give any more.
everything.
They don't want to give us anything. They're not like Canada.
No.
Canada was giving their people $2,000 a month.
Well, and here's the other thing too. It's like I did apply to get the PPP, which was like the personal whatever payroll, whatever protection plan. And I don't have, you know, employees. We all are like independent contractors in my salon. And I didn't have any, you know, overhead. I didn't, you know, our landlords were very forgiving. I didn't have to buy hair color. I didn't have to buy shampoo, anything like that. So once I finally got my what the fuck, my yeah, sorry, brain fart. Once I got my unemployment, I immediately paid back that PPP loan.
Yeah.
Which now everybody is saying, oh, well, that's forgivable, blah blah. I couldn't prove that I paid it towards anything towards my business.
Yeah.
So I mean, I did the right thing. I've always done the right thing.
You did the right. You did the stupid thing.
Yeah, if I would have been a fucking asshole about
because
it,
these
and
major
it's like,
major corporations took the money, kept the money, never paid back a dime.
And then small business owners like me, I did
You
the
paid
right
it
thing,
back.
and I'm probably gonna get fucked right square in the ass if this second wave comes back. Yeah,
it's gonna come back. That's the fear. And you look at the numbers in Arizona and Florida alone, and now Texas. It's unbelievable.
Well, they didn't listen.
Yeah.
That simple fact is they didn't listen.
And then we were having open up the state rallies in every union and every state. And now we have people out protesting every day. I mean, good Lord, the shit is going to spread everywhere. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good luck with the protest things. Woo!
Unbelievable.
Yeah, fuck that.
At least the protesters, I will see, at least the protesters, for the most part, are wearing masks.
Well, I did hear that there are like some underground militia groups that are going and protecting statues.
Yeah, no, that's insane.
In certain states.
That is insane.
Nuts. I mean, it's that should not happen, but it's happening.
It's
happening.
Every day I wake up and I'm hoping it gets better. It never gets better. Never gets better. You want to know who's reaping the benefits of this pandemic?
Who would that be? Enlighten me, Mr. Lytle. Who the fuck would that be?
The makers of sugary cereal. That's who's been reaping the benefits of the pandemic.
Really?
It's unbelievable.
I believe it.
Unbelievable. People, the amount of sugary cereal has never been higher. We've talked about cereal, I think, a couple times during this.
Oh my God! Yeah, we talked about cereal a couple of days last week. I'm pretty sure.
I'm still looking for that freaking chocolate Lucky Charms you guys were telling me about.
It's not that hard to find.
I tell my wife, I'm like, look for that chocolate Lucky Charms. Everybody tells me how good it
She
is.
probably has seen it, but she's just not going to get it for you.
She goes, I can't. She goes, I've looked everywhere. I can't find it.
Yeah, she's not going to be an enabler, Ray. She's not doing it.
Oh, you're telling me that it's there. She's just not buying it for me.
Yep, it's there.
She sees it and then she doesn't.
Not doing it. Not doing it.
So you think she's intentionally not buying? Now that just makes me angry.
Well, get over it.
So she's
She's doing it for your benefit.
she's intentionally not buying it.
Mm-hmm.
That's who's making the money.
Loves you.
The maker of Fruit Loops, Fruity Pebbles, all that shit. If I could tell you, the only thing you could eat this
I
week,
want some right now.
all you could eat this week is sugary cereal. What would you buy, Nick?
Shut up, Nick. Shut up.
You can only buy sugary cereal. What would you buy, Nick?
Be Fruity Pebbles.
Nikki, you can only buy sugary cereal to eat this week. What would it be?
Peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Doran, only sugary cereal. What would you buy?
I don't indulge in the bullshit.
Oh, unbelievable. I'm telling you.
No,
Dude,
actually, probably, let me see, honeycombs. I do like the honeycombs.
I haven't had honeycombs in 20 years.
Honeycombs.
Honeycomb.
Mm.
Honeycomb sounds.
Styrofoam in a box.
Yeah. But sugary cereals are making a killing.
You know who else? I think, I was just thinking about this. Who else is making a killing is the people that make fucking plexiglass. Look at all the plexiglass that has to be up at all the stores and gas stations and everything else. It's like those guys, really, I mean, think about it.
I mean, would you go to like a serious question? Would you go to like a Golden Corral or any buffet place? I don't even know. Would you ever go there?
I hated going then. I'm certainly not going now.
Yeah, I never went before.
I'm with Nick. Yeah, the buffet thing.
Yeah. Would you think about it? How is that gonna be affected by this?
Yeah, no.
Teenage me would have gone in a heartbeat. But now that I have kids and know the behind the scenes and shit, no, never again.
Those things might be done.
Yeah, it might be.
How you gonna? And they just renovated and put a bunch of those up all over the country. Now all of a sudden,
unless they turn them cafeteria style.
But listen,
they'll serve you.
But white trash don't care about that shit. They don't care. I mean, you think they don't care now in Texas and Florida and Arizona. Why the hell are they gonna care after? They're out there now coughing on each other and getting COVID. Why would they care about,
I should be able to ladle my own gravy as much as I want.
If I want to go up and finger all the fried chicken, if I want to put my hands on the fried chicken and then put it back in so other people will eat it, that's up to me.
If I want to fist that chocolate water fountain, I'm going to fist it.
That's just wrong.
I'm just saying there's a lot of, that food, and I've never, the food's all out, right? And you just walk through and grab what you want.
Yeah.
So
that's how buffets work. Right?
I'm just saying that, it's all germs.
What about wedding receptions?
Oh my God, yeah, wedding receptions. The only thing I like about weddings are the cake. But even the cake is, I don't know how sanitary that is. If the bride or groom have some kind of COVID, I don't know who would get married if they have COVID, but why wouldn't they?
I don't think it's the bride and groom you have to worry about. I think it's the person that's cutting and serving the cake.
Well, yeah, but the bride and groom, don't the bride and the groom stick their face in it or whatever they do?
The top, or is it the top one or the bottom one or something?
Whatever.
Depends on the layer.
They're shoving a piece of cake into each other's face. They're not making love.
Oh, okay.
Not slobbering on the cake everybody's eating.
Well, okay, so just the person cutting it would be the one.
Right.
Well, that's usually just some.
That would be the only COVID eligible person is the person that's like serving the cake.
That's usually an aunt or somebody, isn't it?
Cousin's kid. Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody who got.
I would know because I've done that too many fucking times to talk about.
It's somebody got roped into it and they never want to be there.
Yeah, that would be me.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, guess I just don't. And now that I think about,
did you have a cake cutter at your wedding?
No.
I mean, I know you guys got married in Vegas, but did you
didn't.
guys ever have like
we never
a
had
reception?
a reception. No. We never had a wedding, and which is funny because I love wedding cake. You'd think I'd had a cake at my own wedding. No. I think, by the way, I think I wanted one. I think I wanted a reception, and we just never got around to it.
You had an anniversary party, didn't you?
Yeah, I tried.
Or was that your birthday party?
I tried to have an anniversary party, but nobody gave a shit.
Oh, we did. I went.
I'm just telling you, very few people. Nobody brought gifts.
The room was full.
Nobody brought gifts.
Oh my God.
Ray, here we go.
Nobody brought me anything. Nobody brought anything for my wife. It's very and then people complain very selfishly. A lot of people complain. Including me. All I see is
that's not me.
All I see is a coffee mug in Doran's bosom.
And it's not Nikki P. It's not Nikki P.
That's all we need. Is that what you said? That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Remember that time that we thought it was Nikki P. It was Doran's
right.
coffee.
That was me. Oh shit! Where's my spoon? Fuck.
I sent you a picture of the Lucky Charms, the chocolate Lucky Charms.
Oh yeah.
And I looked, and Walmart is out of stock of them.
Yeah. Friggin' Lucky
They're
Charms.
good.
I need some of
They
those.
have a 4.7 of 5 rating.
Oh, outstanding.
I hear how good they are. The chocolate Lucky Charms.
Yeah, you got to have a rating on working towards your diabetes. That's good.
They get a 10 out of 10.
Here's what you can do. Go get some Cocoa Puffs and then a box of just the Lucky Charms marshmallows.
I don't like the Cocoa Puffs.
And combine them.
I don't like the reason that was brought up is because I like the Count Chocula.
Yeah.
I like Count Chocula. So sugary cereal's doing really well. What else is doing really good? Drive-ins.
Oh my God.
Drive-in theaters doing awesome, you guys. Wow.
I have a friend of mine that. Go ahead, Nick.
Go ahead. I was going to say, Garth Brooks is doing a streaming concert at drive-in.
Oh, the
I
Hillbillies will
this
love
weekend.
that. The Hillbillies will love that.
Or next weekend. Maybe it's next weekend.
It's the 27th because my boyfriend's mom was telling me all about it at baseball practice last night.
Oh
boy. Garth Brooks streaming live.
So he's going to be doing a concert in one place, and it'll be in all the drive-ins?
Yep, all the drive-ins.
Yep.
There's a list of them. Yep.
Unbelievable. Is Springfield one of them?
I believe so.
Is Springfield involved in this?
What about Litchfield?
Oh, not Litchfield.
I'm pretty sure Litchfield is definitely a go. Because,
Litchfield's too white trash.
Well, that's Hillbilly Central.
Hey.
That's Brooks country.
You know if you're thought of as being too white trash for Garth Brooks, you know you've got some issues. You're right. They've got to be on it. Come on. How much you got to pay to get into that concert? Probably.
I don't know. I think it's like $25 a person.
That's what they're.
I'm not sure.
I paid $100 a ticket for nosebleed sections in St. Louis. I gotta imagine it's probably around the same price.
By the way, I wouldn't go if they offered to pay me $25. I wouldn't go.
I think you don't like Garth Brooks.
No, I'm not a fan of hillbilly music.
No, well, Garth Brooks is like prior hillbilly music, but still, I mean, that's a lot of money. Back, I think it was probably in the 80s. My dad used to be the superintendent of the grandstand at the Macoupin County Fair. And I remember him coming home from a fair board meeting, and he's like, yeah, we got some dude, and he's like some up-and-coming guy. He's some new country music singer. His name's Garth Brooks. And I was like, Garth Brooks? My mom's like, Phil, I'm sure that's not right. He goes, nope, I'm pretty sure it's Garth Brooks. Yep. But no, we had Garth Brooks.
Are you sure he wasn't watching some sort of country porno?
I don't fucking know.
I'm Garth Brooks.
But no, we actually had Garth Brooks in the Macoupin County Fair.
That's
like
awesome.
Before he was actually a thing. Before he can,
You're saying that was
charge
back
everybody.
during his first wife.
Yes, before he got with Trisha.
And he left. Give me the story with. I don't really follow Garth Brooks, but
Cheaters.
he had a wife, and did he have kids? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Cheaters.
And he left her because he started screwing the person he was on tour with, or something.
Yeah,
Trisha. Him with her song.
My God.
Mm-hmm.
That first wife,
Yep.
they must have paid her a lot of money to go away.
Yeah, because you haven't heard from her since. You haven't heard from. You don't hear about his kids. You don't hear about anything. It's like that. His whole previous life just went poof. And that happens with money.
Was that first
Was
wife?
Garth Brooks my dad?
Was that first wife fat? Did that first wife get fat or anything? Does anybody know?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm gonna Google, see who she is.
I remember she was pretty fit.
You're saying she was fit or thick?
Fit.
I heard pit. So
PISS. Pissed.
Oh, pissed. Oh, I thought you said thick. THICK.
And I heard pit, like, something you're gonna have to
Whatever you heard, I said. Interpret the way you want.
Yeah, he was married and he had 3 daughters. Wow.
Well, that's a good influence.
That's why he retired for a while.
Yeah, because he didn't want that coming
raise
out.
them.
That needed to go away. That makes sense. I'll be damned.
Yeah, but anyway, how much is a ticket to go to that shit? I mean, I can't go.
$100 a car.
Who's saying
$100 a car? How many people can you fit in your
called
car?
it. I called it.
I gotta be honest. I don't think I'd go if they offered me $100 to go. I don't think I'd go.
But how many people can you fit in your car? Is that like, I mean, what if you have like a big SUV?
Okay, well then that's just gonna call. There's a whole social distancing thing you're supposed to do.
Ugh.
A bunch of hillbillies hanging out in the car is not.
No more than 10.
Well,
like a clown car.
You can pack a bunch of fucking hillbillies in the bed of a pickup
Whatever you
truck.
can fit in the bed.
Thank you, Nick. Yes. How many people you can fit in the bed of a pickup truck that has a brought-along chair and their own cooler? Yeah, absolutely.
You
Then
know,
what?
a bunch of pickup trucks will be going.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to be listening to it through what? Your radio?
Yeah, at drive-ins now, how they do it is they give you like a
frequency.
station.
Yeah.
Yeah, they give you a station and it plays through your car speakers. They don't have the little hookup thing that they used to like put
like
in your car.
88.5 or something.
Yeah, when you go to an actual concert, the whole thing is the sound and the music, and if you're just going to be, and it's loud. Every concert's too loud.
Well, it depends on the sound system you have in your pickup.
They're not going to get any. Yeah, they're going to get whatever your sound system is in your car.
Right.
Which is usually just factory. I mean,
I don't know. I know some hillbillies that have great sound systems in their pickup trucks.
They should set up big speakers and have some fun with it.
Yep. Yep. I think it might be a good time. I will not partake, but
you won't be going to the Garth Brooks Hootenanny?
No, I will not. My son has his first baseball tournament that day, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be sunburnt and burnt out.
And you say it's coming up. It's coming up pretty soon.
The 27th. The 27th of June. Yeah.
The Garth Brooks Hootenanny Drive-In Festival. Well, good for him. He'll be making some money. Way to go, Garth.
Well, how does that work? Does each drive-in have to like pay a certain amount to have that?
I'm sure there's a guarantee.
Oh.
But the drive-ins will charge $100, and I'm sure Garth will probably take, at least so many carloads worth.
You said loads.
Yeah. Garth will take
Garth's going to take a lot of loads.
Garth will take about 60 loads. He'll take about 60.
Has a lot of loads.
Garth will take 60 loads each drive-in.
Yes, the Girth Brooks.
If you want the girth, you're gonna.
I'm Girth Brooks.
You're gonna
Come watch
give
me
some
take
loads.
a bunch of loads this summer at a drive-in near you.
Oh my God!
I need to do a bunch of parody commercials for a gay porn superstar named Girth Brooks.
Bring me all your thunder loads.
You see,
that's the Girth Brooks.
If I was still working with Rocky, I guarantee there'd be 10 parody commercials right now already done and put in the computer for me to play. Hi, I'm Girth Brooks.
Oh, I love me some Rocky.
And I'm saying that's a quick Rocky would. Rocky would have knocked out 10 of these just in the time we've been discussing it.
Would you like me to spray my country all over you? Then come to my Girth Brooks concert series at a drive-in near you. Bring all of your loads and cheer for Girth Brooks.
Funny.
Oh my God.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
You will squirt with enjoyment at Girth Brooks.
Oh God.
Ew.
Bring your Hitachis and wave them during the slow song.
Oh my God.
We can buzz together at the Girth Brooks concert series.
Well, good old Girth has found a way to actually make money during all this. Good for him.
Yes. Yeah. Yay.
Hey, are there still people that are, every year this happens. You get these people that are like, I wonder how long I'll go before I have to turn on my air conditioner.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that's still happening? Because it's going to hit upper 90s this week, right?
Right.
Yeah, tomorrow. What is today? Tuesday? Yeah, Thursday. Yeah. Thursday it's supposed to be 95.
I am so jealous of you, Doran. I'm looking at you. Your boobs are glistening. You're sitting there on the patio.
Yep.
I know your pool's not far from where you're sitting.
It's like right over the grill.
It looks lovely.
I tried to get the angle right, but I didn't have comfortable seating to get a pool shot in. I'll work on that tomorrow. So.
No, it looks great.
Yeah, I told you, get down here.
I know you
get down
me.
here and float. You were like, oh, you were too busy.
Yeah, well, here's what it is. I'm doing a whole upgrade on this website that I do. We're transferring hosts, so I got to rebuild the whole thing, and it's literally been like 8 to 10 hours a day. So I'm getting closer to getting done with it. So.
Well, I told you to come down here. Like I have to go back to work today. God bless my first client. Anyway, but yeah, come down here, float in the pool. The rafts are blown up. My mom will be here. Like I said, like Mama Dottie is like Mama Millie. She will wait on you hand and foot. She will, she'll take care of you. You know how to get here. Just
no, I wish I could have gone yesterday. I really do, because it would have been a perfect day had I not had this website that I had to get, and I'm still working on it. And like I said, I've got like 4 more days left, and it just is making me crazy. But, yeah, and I
hate your job for you.
I'm all inside.
I know you are.
You know what I mean? I wish there was a reason. Today I got to work out and stuff, so I actually get to leave the house. But it would be nice. It would have been nice to actually get out and go swimming and relax a while.
Yes, but we definitely need to upgrade the sunscreen, because I remember the last time that you came down here, you had like 2nd-degree burns.
Yeah, but I've never burned. I mean, I just started. I get like, when I turned 40, I started getting a little bit of burning. You know what I mean? I've never burned in my life until I got over 40.
You're a brown man. You shouldn't burn.
Yeah.
But you did.
I'm a brown man, but I was a red man after that last time.
And then you were a blistered man because you sent me pictures. You're like, oh my God, what happened? I'm like, oh, well, sorry, dude. Yeah.
Well, it's because it's like once I start to get a base tan or whatever, but like if you go back to when I owned a convertible and stuff, remember how dark I was. But I'm getting older now. Everything's going to shit.
Well, one thing that I can do successfully as I'm getting older is tan.
Good,
so,
good for you.
Yay me. Yeah.
Maybe it's my skin preventing me from looking like a leather suitcase. Because
my décolleté looks like a well-loved leather handbag. I'm telling you what, but I don't give a shit. So
I do like a tan. So at some point I'm planning on getting one. And people are now saying in the chat room, they're saying, is Ray hinting at a pool party? No, I'm not hinting at one, but it's not a bad idea.
No, we can have one here. Yeah. I already put it out there.
One of these days, one day this summer, we should do it.
But nobody can fuck in my pool until it gets dark, and pick up your beer cans. Those are my rules.
Don't tell me what I can and can't do.
Has anyone fucked in your pool?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, besides you.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to put a little ixnay on the intercourse A last weekend. I had some young friends of mine that were here, and I was inside helping their son with a coloring book, and I came outside and I'm like, no, I don't need you to reproduce another one for me to watch while you fuck in my pool. Just stop it.
How old were these people?
It's not dark yet.
How old were these friends of yours?
Oh, they're late 20s.
Late 20s.
So it's not like, I got geriatric spooge going in my pool or anything like that. That'd be great.
If anyone's creative and owns an Etsy shop, if you can make a "we don't jerk in your toilet, please don't fuck in our pool" sign, Thornton needs one of those.
Oh,
but it's like back in the day, I used to have parties here, right? I used to have parties here when I first, bought my house.
Right.
Because this is what I wanted. It's like my entire childhood, I wanted a pool in the backyard. My dad's like, buy your own house, do whatever the fuck you want. And I did. So I have a house, and I have an in-ground pool, and I have a ball python. And I used to have parties here that lasted for days. And checking the pool skimmer was quite an event. Apparently, the NuvaRing, which is like a birth control that you insert in your vagina, and it's supposed to block sperm, something like that. Those things are not pool fuckable.
Oh no!
I have found more than one NuvaRing in my pool skimmer.
So the
a
NuvaRing
lot of chud babies
would the NuvaRing would fall out.
Yeah, I guess it's from the water and the doing the hand motion. Why there's a lot of water and there's a suction thing, I guess, and it will pull your NuvaRing right out of your vajayjay, and it'll go right into my pool skimmer. Yeah.
How long is it supposed to last?
Well, the NuvaRing, you're supposed to put one in, I guess, like every month.
Oh.
I don't know. I had one in, and then now I have an 11-year-old son. So do the math.
So when it falls,
I am definitely allergic to it.
So would you know when it falls out?
No, you wouldn't.
You'd have no clue.
No, you'd have
to like a little. It's like the size of a ponytail holder.
Yeah, exactly.
I have no idea what a ponytail holder.
Well, hang on a minute. Here.
So okay.
All right. So here's a ponytail holder.
And you stick the NuvaRing.
A little bit thicker, and you fold this thing up like this.
Yeah.
And then you put it in your vagina.
Yeah.
And then it opens back up, and it's supposed to block sperm. It puts out like whatever, and it's supposed to block sperm from going up into your vagina.
And then
it's like that ring thing that's around milk jugs.
So how do you get it out? You have to go back in and get it at the end of the month?
Well, yeah, you reach up and you can feel for it. You grab it, and boop, you pull it out, and then you hold another one up and it goes back up in there.
That sounds annoying. That sounds annoying as hell. Why would just take a pill, for God's sakes?
Well, I mean, I think it's easier than taking a pill. I mean, unless you have your pills right by your toothbrush. And then if you're nasty and you don't brush your teeth every day, then, you're going to get knocked out.
Well, just say it. Take a pill every day. It's not that hard. And aren't the birth control pills, it's labeled Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Yeah, well,
I'm just,
nah.
I would take a pill. I'm not sure that, I mean, I don't know if my wife and I are still of birthing age or not, but I would take a pill every day if it was available. Because
and I'm
oh my God,
I'm pretty sure
surprised that they don't have birth control pills for men.
Yeah,
that
they should.
Yeah, well, they should.
I can take a pill every day.
Every day.
I think they made a breakthrough with that.
Oh,
a
really?
few months back, if I remember right. I could have dreamt it, but I'm pretty sure that there had some breakthrough on the birth control for men.
I'm going to tell you why the birth control for men. I'm sure it's available, but why why it hasn't been made. I can tell you why. Okay.
Okay.
If you're gonna tell me that a guy can just take a pill every day with his wife's consent, he's gonna take a pill every day that would prevent him from ever getting anyone else pregnant, getting anyone pregnant, including his wife. The wife is not gonna like it because the wife's gonna think, now my husband can fuck around. I'm telling you, if you think about it, stay with my theory. Like the wife would be happy that he's not going to impregnate her.
You can do the same thing with a vasectomy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True story. Yeah.
But people get
I
vasectomy.
don't know. I don't know. It's like, I guess if you have a vasectomy, like she is very aware of the fact that I'm not going to get pregnant, whatever. But with the pill, it's like, I guess it's kind of a choice for the guy. And he can be like, oh yeah, I'm going to take this pill and fuck whoever I want. But here's another thing. It's like, just because you are on birth control does not mean you couldn't bring back the cooties.
Right.
Bring the cooties. Bring in the cooties.
Well,
yeah. You can get some scabies. You can get some herpes. You can get some, like, whatever. Just because you're taking a pill to block your,
all I know
future
is
children.
All I know is my wife took the pill for the first however many years of our marriage.
Right.
And then when we decided to have Bella, we actually planned. We said when we got married, we said, this is what we'll do. We'll have a kid right around this, we'll start having children around this age. And we delayed it a little while because of my career. We waited. And then we had my daughter. And my wife went off the pill and started taking what is the stuff that they have women take, whatever. She started taking whatever the supplements are that they want you to take when you want to start getting pregnant. She started taking those. She went off the pill for a while, and then we just started fucking a lot, and eventually she got pregnant. And then as soon as she gave birth to Bella, she went back on the pill. And it was like, okay, now, we'll stay on the pill until we decide to have another one. We just never decided to have another one.
So is she still on the pill?
No, I think, no, she's off now that she's gotten a little older. She's off now. But because I don't know, what age do women start going through the change?
Oh, the pause.
Yeah, they start going through that like in late 40s,
Oh, no. It's not always late 40s.
So I don't know
I've had friends that have started to go through it in their late 30s.
Oh, my God.
I've had friends that are like going through it now, like in their mid 40s. I actually have an aunt that she was born and her mother was 52.
Wow.
And so her mother thought that, she was in the pause, and she was not in the pause, obviously, and she got pregnant. So it's like you can have the skipped periods and have the hot flashes, the night sweats and all that kind of shit. And you may not necessarily be in menopause, and you can still get pregnant. So,
well, my wife is,
careful.
She's still not in it, but, we're anxiously awaiting for that. But I tell you,
be careful. You might have a NIKI.
Well, because I would.
Because my mom was 42, my dad was 45.
Yeah, see? I wouldn't. I would not want another baby.
Nikki, did your mom think she was in the pause? Like, what happened?
She did. They both did.
Thought she was in the pause.
She thought she was in the pause. They thought that's why, she had gone to the doctor thinking that's why she was missing her periods, and found out she was pregnant.
Well, now I know that.
And then they were blessed. They were blessed with NIKI.
You can go to the doctor and get a blood test. And there's certain blood levels that you can find out if you're in the pause or not. And I did that a couple of years ago because I was, not having my, monthly thing. And I thought, oh, yay, I'm in the pause. It's over. Woo! And they said, nope, not so much.
So your doctor told you you could still get pregnant?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, see, that would just be the worst.
It is. There's no use for it at
But
this stage anymore.
Now that I'm over 50, you know what I mean? It can't be too much longer.
Well, I tell you what, it's rough. I had my son at 35, and he was a complete surprise because I was told that I couldn't have children, and then whoop-de, I had my son. And we still go out at night and play catch. It's a good thing that I try to be physically fit, because parents, when they get in their 40s and their 50s, sometimes they're not all jacked, they're not all jazzed, they're not running or anything like that. And it's hard for me. It's hard for me to go out and play catch, and it's hard for me to but
we're to that age now where. In all seriousness, it would have been cruel to do it, not just to the new baby, but it would be cruel to do it to my daughter, because Bella's 18.
Yeah, my brothers and sisters were not happy.
So if my wife got pregnant now, and you notice that I'm totally.
Oh my God, she'd be pissed.
Totally putting the blame on her if it were to happen. It would all be her fault. No, but. If she somehow got pregnant now, it would be she would have the baby, and I know my daughter who's 18, she would insist on helping, and it would be extremely unfair to her to have to help raise a little sibling. And then it would just be extremely unfair to the child that we would have, because there's even before the kid graduated high school, I'm not gonna, I can hardly walk now. I couldn't imagine what's going to happen 18 years from now,
Well, if you look back, I know my dad, he grew up right around the corner from a family in Gillespie that there were 16 of them.
Wow.
And you might have known them, right? Because some of the younger ones probably are right around your age or my age. But yeah, they got married right out of high school, and she literally was pregnant for 20 some years.
Non-stop.
Wow.
Pregnancies.
Yeah, 16 children, one right after the other.
My mother had six. We had 6 kids, and my mom was pregnant from before me. You know what I mean? She was pregnant with my brother before me, and then for the next so many years, when I was a baby, she was just always pregnant all the time. It seemed like she was pregnant more than she wasn't, because we're all right around the same. Like my brother Rick's just a little bit older than I am, but then literally right behind me, everybody's like a year apart. It's unbelievable. And she knocked all 6 of them out. And you know, growing up in Gillespie, we were originally from Chicago, but grew up in Gillespie, and I remember all of the women that seemed to always be pregnant.
Well, those small towns, and
Yeah.
you grew up in a small town that was like, Gillespie was predominantly an Italian-based and very Catholic,
Yeah.
and so there was not a big belief in birth control.
They love to
There was
fuck.
a
I'll tell you
lot.
that.
Oh, fucking all the time.
There's a lot
of kids.
there's a lot of
Yeah.
fucking going on.
A lot of fucking. You know, he had to get the farm done. You know, a lot of farmers. You got to crank out those farm hands.
Farmers.
But yeah,
were,
that's what happened in a lot of smaller communities.
farmers love fucking.
Yeah.
At farmersonly.com.
Hey, Nikki.
Yeah.
Hey, no.
That was Nick's advice.
You can always get pregnant. at
Farmersonly.com. That was Nick's advice for your next guy. Farmersonly.com. Yeah.
No. Can you imagine if I
Cindy's
hooked
in our
up with
chat
a farmer?
room. Cindy's in the chat room saying that
dude.
her grandmother had 13 kids in 22 years.
Jeez.
That means
Christ.
that means 13 kids in 22 years.
There might be some twins in there.
Was there twins?
No, it just means her grandparents were fucking too much is what it means. Because when you come out, the doctor says, wait a little while before you go back in there.
Right.
Obviously.
They do tell you to give it a
I
rest.
can't do that. I'm getting 3 new cows. I need someone to work on them.
Obviously, your grandfather, Cindy, was heading right back in.
Oh, my
I've been
God.
waiting a month to, you know. And by the way, if I remember, we were, you know, going nonstop even when she was pregnant with Bella, you know. I don't remember ever pausing except after birth. You know what I mean? After she gave birth, we had to pause, you know, for a little bit to heal up whatever she got the C-section. So the doctor said you had to take it easy then.
Well, definitely.
So, well, I wasn't expecting as long a break as we ended up getting, you know.
C-section breaks are a lot longer than vaginal birth breaks.
Never. We did not have a vaginal birth. Had the C-section, so it just sucked.
Oof. Yeah, that would suck.
But yeah, I only had the one, so I don't have a lot of experience, and I don't have any experience with the NuvaRing or whatever you were talking about, where they shove it in. I mean,
it's not pool worthy.
How long after you shove it in can you start having sex?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure you have to give it a minute to let the medicine like penetrate all your
when you
baby
go in,
making areas.
When you go in a pool though,
yeah.
When you go in a pool, you lose. There's a whole chance of losing the NuvaRing.
There's not a chance, Ray. It's going to happen. It's like the water in the suction, and it's going to pull that thing out, and it's going to float to the top, and it's going to wind up in my skimmer.
So you're saying that people don't even know when they...
Well, you know, I actually had a conversation with my gynecologist about it. I'm like, you know, these things can be, you know, pulled out. And she kind of looked at me kind of sideways, like, what kind of sex are you having? And I'm like, well, it's pool sex. If you have pool sex, I mean, it's something with the water and the suction, and it will pull it out. And they're like little flotation devices, and they will just bloop, 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 right into the skimmer.
I'll be damned.
And she looked at me like I had 3 heads, and I'm like, well, I'm sitting here now having an ultrasound because I'm pregnant, so obviously you need to listen to what the fuck I'm saying. Because
so you think that you got pregnant because your pool pulled out
my NuvaRing.
The NuvaRing.
The pool did not pull out my NuvaRing. A penis pulled out my NuvaRing, and the NuvaRing floated to the top and went into the pool. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's how you got pregnant. You're convinced of that?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I was on birth control, and I was told at an early age that I couldn't have children. So I have no other conclusion, Ray.
But I'm saying
That's just
so you didn't even know it was gone because you're
no.
So it could have been.
Well, I knew it the next day. I knew it the next day because every morning I come out and check the pool skimmer, for like, leaves and bugs and,
I'll be
use
damned.
condoms, neuter rings, dead frogs, birds, all kinds of shit. So yeah, I was like, the next day I'm like, what the, oh shit. And yeah,
I'll be damned.
here was the little neuter ring floating around in it.
So
yeah.
Reggie's saying you got to wait like 35 to 45 minutes to have sex after you put it in. So
That's it.
I'm saying you could start a date and put in a Nuva ring and be ready to go. By the time dinner's over.
Oh, yeah. Well, just don't fuck in my pool, and then it'll be fine. It's the underwater suction that, just
I'll be damned.
Keep it on the land.
So we're learning something. We're learning something today, everybody. We're learning
sex education with Ray and Doran.
Well, and another thing too is like condoms aren't good in a pool. Because those things they'll get a little water in them, they'll slide right off and they'll in the skimmer.
And I'm sure the chlorine doesn't do well with the
but
actual condom.
But the chlorine, pools have the chlorine. It's usually ammonium chloride mixed with the stuff, the chemicals in a pool.
Right.
They kill everything. Right. It kills everything. So
apparently not sperm, Ray. Apparently not.
No.
I'm just saying that
not the strong swimmers.
Regular sperm is not going to survive in pool water. Now, if you're doing sex right, if you're doing it right, I'd imagine there's nothing else getting in there. But I am saying that technically, the ammonium chloride would kill sperm. Technically.
So what you're saying is if you're doing it right, which you mean like land fucking, which there's like no water involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're starting the pool and you pull her out and you finish whatever, I'm just saying.
In the pool.
Yeah.
Oh God, not in my pool. Don't do it in my pool. I've worked so hard to get my pool clean and open. Don't, please. I don't want anybody's random children swimming into my skimmer. That's gross.
Well, I don't want to stop by your house and go swimming and dive right in and dive full into a face full of a jizz as well. I mean. No, I'm just saying that chemically, the ammonium chloride in the pool should not. I don't know how much is in there, but usually there's a pretty the blue stuff that you put in your pool.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
That's the shock that has ammonium chloride in it.
Yes.
So it doesn't take much of that to kill things. And so yeah, I don't know how much is in a pool, but I'm saying that technically that will kill stuff. So you shouldn't be. But then again, there's enough. When you enter a woman, it's not like pool water's going in with the penis. It's usually just the penis.
But the penis will push the pool water in.
Right. Do you feel the pool?
The underwater sex is, it's completely different.
So you feel the pool. I've never had a vagina, so I don't know what you.
Well, thank God.
I don't know what you have.
I had a vagina, but I returned it at the store.
I don't know what you feel and what you don't feel, and I'm saying that I don't know if you feel the pool water.
Well,
to determine if pool sex is better than regular sex.
I don't know.
Yeah, is what I'm getting at. So not.
But if the chemical levels are too high, I mean, I've not experienced this because I keep my chlorine levels relatively low because I don't like it fading out my hair color. I don't like it bleaching out my swimsuits. I don't like it burning my eyes. So, but if there are high chlorine levels Yeah, and that gets in your vagina. I mean, that is like a super douche. I mean, whatever you have up in there, it's gonna die.
Well, I didn't know if
die.
water got into those areas or not. It's not.
Well, if you're having sex in high chlorine levels, it's yeah. Leave that summer's eve at the store, sister, because it's just gonna clean out whatever you got going on in there.
I haven't had sex. When's the last time you had sex at a pool? Anybody? I haven't had sex at a pool in literally. God, I can't remember the last time. It's been a long, long time since there has been any sex in a pool happening in this glorious body. It's been a long time since anybody has wanted to see me in a pool. It's been a long, long time. But I remember sex in a pool being pretty great.
Yeah.
You know, other than the lack of there's no lubrication.
Well, you kind of have to, rely on the pool water for that.
Yeah. What?
That's not really good lube.
No, it's not. And it's not as easy to, And the weightlessness of, is pretty cool. So you could hold up your partner when you're going at it. You feel like a stud. You're like, yeah. Like you could not possibly hold her up this long in regular gravity, but in the pool,
no, definitely not.
In the pool,
it's like it's like astronaut sex, I guess. If you had sex in space, I don't know.
It'd be like having sex in space. Oh yeah, I definitely think they've had some sex in space.
I think it's like one of the first things they tested.
I don't know if it's one of the first.
What? Really?
I don't know if it's one of the, because listen, I mean the Russians probably. I mean, how do you go to a female astronaut and tell her, listen, we want you to have sex in space? You know what I mean? Like, how do they? I don't know who delicately asked that, but I'm pretty sure they have.
There is a game show that's been on, and I watched it this last weekend, and it was like To Tell the Truth. Yeah. And they had like 3 people up there, and they were all like, which one of these was an astronaut?
All right.
And there was 2 men and 1 woman. And I'm here to tell you, she didn't look like she wanted to have sex with anyone in space.
Yes, I saw that the other night.
Did you see that? Yeah. Like she was like, they asked if you would rather be on Earth or be in space. And I think this is what really like broke her cover. And she's like, I'd rather be in space. She would rather be up in space by herself than back on Earth with people. And I'm like, that is a true astronaut.
Does she have a family? Uh-huh. Did she have a family here on Earth?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Well, if she did, she didn't say it, but like, it's like, no, yeah. But if she did, she had a wife.
I bet the Russians.
The Russians tested it.
I bet the Russians force some astronauts to go for it, or some cosmonauts.
Sex in space, is it possible?
Yeah.
No sex in space, yet officials says sex in space and on Mars missions carries its own unique risks.
Well, that would be the thing to figure out. Like, what would happen?
Well, there's always risks in sex. Why does that have to do so? Oh, fuck.
Well, we don't know what happens if you
Right.
I don't
know either. Humans have been a space-faring species for more than 50 years. It is quite possible we have yet to perform the basic of most acts. So they're saying that there has not been sex in space.
I'm just saying I don't trust the Russians. I bet the Russians have sent up a couple cosmonauts.
Oh, I'm sure.
And made them,
Oh, I'm sure.
And made Boris pound old Svetlana in the ISS. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to pound you in the ISS. Hey.
Boris and Natasha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure, a good time. Hey, baby. We'll do some floating.
Let's see if the new ring comes out. Zero gravity.
We'll see how gravity. We'll see what lack of gravity does with me boning you. I would imagine sex in space would be pretty cool, though, right?
Oh, I don't know.
What if you thrust and a girl goes flying and like bumps into something?
I thrust so hard she flew out the space station, and we don't know where. We think she's around Venus by now. I don't know where the hell she is.
Yeah, chase her down for the next thrust.
Yeah, I don't think sex in space would be a good thing.
I'm saying that I think the Russians probably had their people do it. That's all I'm saying.
You think they had him do it with the monkey? Didn't they?
No, not with didn't want anyone having sex with a monkey.
Just saying, because didn't they send a monkey up first?
I think they did. Yeah, there was a monkey up.
That poor monkey.
I thought that Space Force was, which was on Netflix. I thought the best episode of Space Force was the one with the monkey. By the way.
Really, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah.
I'm totally hooked on Yellowstone right now. I'm getting my Kevin Costner fix.
And that's on Netflix?
No, it's on Peacock.
I don't even know what Peacock is.
I can't say that without giggling. It's on Peacock.
What, is Peacock is that like a network?
It is actually, I think, a sister company of NBC.
Oh, it's NBC's
company.
Have
the whole the Peacock thing, and it's called Peacock, and I get the whole rainbow dots every time I load it up. But yeah, I mean, I think if you actually have a cable package that has NBC on it, you can automatically get on there and view Peacock, which initially when Yellowstone came out was on Paramount, and I didn't have a subscription to Paramount. So apparently NBC did something with Paramount, and now I can watch it. So
look at that.
But it's good. It's very good.
Get some Kevin Costner Yellowstone.
Very, very good. It's like cowboys and Kevin Costner.
Western.
I don't think anything does it more for me than that. So.
And you're fine with Kevin Costner's aging?
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. I actually find him hotter now than in his Bull Durham days.
He's aging right into your arms.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Good for you.
Crow's feet, dad bod, big balls, dippy balls.
What? How do you know Kevin Costner has big balls?
I don't know. I'm just imagining. Don't break my fantasy, guys. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
You don't know, but in your fantasy, he has big plumpy balls.
Yep, big plumpy slappy balls. Yep.
Big slappy, swelly balls.
So I'm going to combine his character from Bull Durham into Yellowstone so he can ride his horse with his big slappy balls and then come home and paint my toenails in the tub. Don't ruin it for me, Ray. That's what I'm going for right now.
By the way, Brian in our chat room says, according to NASA, by the way, getting an erection in space is very difficult. So I'm not sure how he knows that.
He's Googling more than we are. That's what
Meanwhile, Holly agrees with you by saying, Kevin Costner has aged very well.
Oh, yeah.
And she put the extra.
That's some old man swag.
All right, let me ask.
Yeah.
Who agrees? Who agrees Costner has big, nice big balls? Anybody? Who has ever taken time to think about Costner's balls? Anyone?
I can't be alone in this. Come on now.
Is Doran the only one that has imagined Kevin Costner?
I don't fantasize about balls. It's not my thing.
I have never imagined anyone thinking about balls.
Really?
Yeah.
Aw. Well, I'm sorry.
It's
kind of fun.
I have never thought of anyone's balls. Big saggy balls.
Floppity.
I'm just saying, being a man and aging, being a man and growing old and balls are, you know, when you have them, you're not that fond of them as you get older. They're more of a nuisance.
Well, I think that women that have very large breasts can say the same thing. As we age, they're more of a nuisance than an asset. Yeah.
I get saggy.
Well, yeah, they're looking at the floor. I don't know what the fuck they're looking at.
Yeah.
But they're looking at it. They're just like, they're just
They're
down
like,
there.
pay attention.
Get up. Where's the fuck? And underwire bras, all they do is bruise your rib cage. You lay down, like, Ray, you were talking about the hot girls taking selfies on the pool floaties, you know, when they lay down and like makes their stomach look flat and all that good stuff. I lay in a pool raft, my tits are in my armpits. I'm sorry.
No, but I listen, we've gone swimming. You look hot. You still look really hot in a bathing suit. I mean, I think it's been, what's the last time I've been over there? A couple of years, maybe?
2 years. But yeah, you want to know why? Because they have swimming suits that have underwires. It's like a harness. They just like put them up where they're supposed to be. Not always comfortable, but they're there.
I'm just saying, you still look pretty hot in a bathing suit. It's not like, you know, you're not, you know, it's not like you're going to hell or anything out there. I'm just saying you still look good, and it hasn't been that long since we went swimming together. And I'm telling you, you look good. And I'm saying this as your friend. I'm saying this as your friend, not, you know, not someone who is just lusting after you. I mean, I do lust at you, but I'm saying it as your friend. I'm saying you look good.
You don't want me to see your saggy balls.
No, my balls, my balls. And by the way, I think the place that my balls sag the least is in pool water.
They float?
They shrink up?
They do shrink. They shrink. Guys can explain this. They sort of shrivel up. The scrotum itself sort of, from being in the water too long with a pool, the scrotum sort of, they're the least
so
saggy.
Your scrotum is kind of like a nipple, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Kind of like, they kind of shrivel up a little bit.
They'll shrivel up. They're actually the least saggy they'll be is coming out of the pool. So I feel like I'm a teenager. I feel like I have teenage balls again when I go swimming. Because of the shriveling.
Oh my God.
So it's a pleasant surprise, I'd imagine.
Oh my God. Did you see TJ in the chat room?
Yeah, what is TJ saying?
The only time I think about balls is when I sit on my own.
Yeah.
Or when I have to pick them up out of the toilet. Well, hey.
When you take a dump, all the balls do is get in the way when you're trying to take a dump.
Like if you're like all the way down there, like dangling in the toilet
no,
water,
you don't.
Where do you put them?
You don't want them to dangle in the water.
Well, where do you put them though?
You sort of lift. I'm fat, so all they do is get in the way. Where do you put them? All right, when I take a dump, so you sort of lift them up on the and you sort of lift them and rest them against the actual lid, and then all they do is get in the way. This is why my bathroom is a mess, and my wife, all she does is bitch about it. Because I go in to take a dump, and the balls get in the way, and so it just, I don't even want to get into it all, but you can't even, oh
my Lord,
things are slipping out of stuff, and all of a sudden things get, my wife complains because urine gets all over the place, and it's a whole study.
Oh my God, I would complain too, right?
Trust me. All your balls do is get in the way as you age. Speaking of which, Sean Boleyn has joined us, you guys.
Hello, Shawnee.
Hello.
Radio Sean Boleyn.
I'll be right back.
Hello, Shawnee.
Hello there, Ray.
How? Perfect
How are
time.
you, citizen?
Perfect time. Hello, citizen Sean.
Pardon me, my Skype is being weird.
You are a trip.
Totally weird.
Can you hear us?
I can now.
Wonderful. You joined us just in time, so I can let me remind everybody who our sponsors are of this show. By the way, it is the Morning Disasters, brought to you by our friends at Recon Tech. Recon Tech's where they should do Sean Balint's car. Could you imagine? Do you still have garbage car? Are you keeping your car cleaner now these days?
You know what? I have been trying to sift through my storage unit and find some things. Because I had my brother's girlfriend help me get out of there, and she is faster than the Tasmanian devil. So a lot of my stuff I'm looking for, it's just kind of in boxes, and it's not how I would have set it up. So I've been, I've got like a third of my storage unit in my car, so it really looks terrible. It looks like
do something about that.
It looks like a landfill on wheels.
So your car is garbage car again.
It has reached. Well, in fact, right now there are limits to my use of the rear view mirror. It's pretty ugly. And there may or may not be crops growing in there. I'm not sure.
I'm just saying, on this show, many times we have discussed the garbage car.
Yeah.
It has happened many times. The garbage car.
Yeah. If they could help me salvage the corn and soybeans before they clean it out, that'd be great.
Good old Sean Balint and your dirty car.
Put some herbicide, the floor mats, and we'll have a good old time.
Recon Tech, you can call 670-1132 if you have a garbage car or not, and let them detail your car. In fact, right now, with the regular purchase of a detail, they will steam clean and disinfect your car. If you're a frontline healthcare worker, they do it for you for free. At Recon Tech, the corner of 9th and Black in Springfield. DTE Technologies 408-0001. DTE Technologies 408-0001. At your business, let them become your IT department. DTE Technologies, hook up with them today. And Core Installation Furniture and Supply. Core Installation Furniture and Supply, where you can get any furniture, whether it's a chair, a comfortable chair that you can sit in your office. Maybe you're listening, maybe the chair you're sitting in now is not that comfortable, and you want to get one. Call Core Installation Furniture and Supply and talk to Corey and see if she can get your chair. She'll get it ordered, put together, and dropped off at your house, and she can do that for a very reasonable price. And right now she's got masks, sanitizer, and gloves. During this time of COVID, Core Installation Furniture and Supply is doing the job for you. Check them out. It's 741-1079. That's 741-1079. All right, Sean, you got any news for us, or are you
Well, let's sift through the news. Well, let's see here. Lovely. So, it's nice to know that youngsters can be ambitious. Over in Pana, 2 youths were arrested in connection with a weekend burglary. Pana police say a 10-year-old boy and 13-year-old boy were taken into custody after a burglary at Shastine's. An alarm there activated around 10:30 Sunday night. Officers found the front glass door smashed with a rock. 2 youths with their faces covered were seen on surveillance video from the scene. So like a 10 and 13-year-old, according to the charges, sound like they've been at it for 5 or 6 years. Police crediting the help of citizens in the neighborhood to help them track down the pair allegedly involved. And as often happens with juvenile crime, you release them to the parents.
You're saying one of the kids was 10 years old?
Yeah, 10 years old.
And how long had this been going on?
The incident happened on Sunday night.
A 10-year-old burglar. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what. If that was my child,
Whip the shit out of that kid.
Oh, no kidding. Hey, Ledger, come here.
A 10-year-old kid?
I got an 11-year-old. Come here. I have to ask you a question. If you were to go and rob a place, what do you think I would do to you?
You take everything and beat me.
Yeah, take everything and beat him. There you go.
You would take everything and beat me.
It doesn't sound like a symbolic beating either.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is unacceptable behavior for children. That is a very, very lacking part on parental.
A 10-year-old, and what was the other kid? Did you say 10 and 13?
10 and 13.
Yeah, 10 and 13.
At 10 and 13, how would you even know to rob anything? It's unbelievable.
Yeah, they probably like thinking where the surveillance camera is, and unbelievable.
That's learned behavior. Someone had to show them.
No,
It had to be someone.
they need to come to Camp Doran, because I tell you what, I had my 11-year-old on the roof cleaning the goddamn gutters yesterday, because I'm going to tell you what, Mom ain't raising no pussy. That man is going to learn how to work. He ain't going to rob nobody for shit. He's going to work for his stuff.
Yeah.
No, it ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. That is bad parenting. Send those kids to me. Don't send them to jail. You send them over here. You send them right over here. No.
Unbelievable.
That's
I
unreal.
think we've got a TFS program here. I like it. Forced adoption. I think we're onto something.
Yeah.
I guess
ugly stuff, man shot in the face and killed early Sunday out of Seven Brothers Grocery in Laurel on 11th. The victim identified 23-year-old Tykeem King of Springfield, multiple gunshot wounds. The death, needless to say, investigated as a homicide.
Oh, hold on.
Anybody
We're
with
getting a
clues?
phone call. Good morning. You're on the morning disaster. Hello.
Hello, is this me?
Yes.
Oh, hi, good morning. It's Terry, a.k.a. Techhead Terry, one of the new good callers from the show.
Hey, by the way, I love Techhead Terry. But listen.
Well, that's me. That's me.
I know, but our private investigators last week told us about. I'm even happy that we're on this week's show. We heard of the whole thing. By the way, I want to plug this today, guys. I didn't get to it. The Not Even a Show. We're on this week's episode.
Who can I ask you a question?
I wish to God we would have never found out, because I think
Ray. So do I, and this happened with the last show too. It was actually what I was referring to. So could you do me a favor, and could I reach out to you privately, and could you tell me who it was that told you about that? Because I'd like to know who's doing it. It's someone who's trying to mess with my channel for real.
I'm telling you. Is this Chris?
Yeah, it is.
I'll tell you. If you watch the episode that's on YouTube right now, it happened organically on the show. We were discussing. I was saying, Nick and I were having a discussion how he wanted Techhead Terry to be real, but I was like, yeah, I think it's a character. I said, in fact, I wish I'd have created it because I think it's a great character. And so one of our listeners starts Googling, and the way that we found out was we Googled Tom Gully guy.
I see.
And then he's like, "Oh, wait a minute, Tom Gully."
Who's the listener? I would love to know. Please, somebody tell me who you are. Who you are? Who thinks you're such a wonderful person? Who's gone and ruined everybody's fun? You know how mad everyone's gonna be. You know how much people like you. You know how much the viewers loved you. They loved you, Ray. They loved you so much. They were so excited for you to be on it. And whoever that person is, absolutely ruined that for everybody. So whoever that is, whoever's listening right now who decided to go out of their way and find out who it was, congratulations. You scold. You are terrible.
Chris,
you
I'm telling
terrible.
You, watch the show. It's very organic how it comes down. It wasn't like that. It was just one of our listeners, Brent, was just Googling, and he was telling us. In fact, I don't. Brent, it's you. I see you in the chat now, Brent. I know who you are. You are the rat, Brent. You are the one who ratted. All right, Ray. Well, if you watch,
we'll figure something out, Ray. But that's too bad.
Yeah, I loved it. I'm telling you, Chris, I loved it. I loved the segment. I loved Techhead Terry because I love
That's why people loved it. Like what happened was the longest time I was calling this guy Tom Gully, and then someone did that very thing. Somebody ratted out to him, made it so I couldn't call him anymore as the character. So everyone was so excited that I had found that Techhead Terry had found somebody who was equally as good. And if you read the comments for the new episode on my YouTube, you can see people are ecstatic about your show. A lot of people actually, some of them knew you, like from local radio, and said, "Oh my God, I can't believe Ray Lytle is on here." And so people were ecstatic, and now it's done. Now I can never call you as Techhead Terry. That is a bummer.
I loved Techhead Terry. I loved the whole thing, how after the show we were all going, "Oh my God, is he real? I hope he's real." And then it was actually pretty funny. And I like your show. I subscribe to it, and I watched the episode. I got to tell you, I was very excited to see that I made the that we made the clip that we were on the show. So.
Well, Ray, I will try to figure something out, but you keep doing your good show. We love you. You probably have the best politics out of any host that we've called. So keep doing your thing, my man, and we love you.
Politics.
I appreciate it, Chris.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore. Yeah.
Congrats, buddy.
No, I love your accent. Where are you from?
Chris, are you there? Did he hang up? Oh, he's gone.
Hello?
I think he's gone.
I don't know. Where is he from?
I think they're from Arizona. I think he's from Arizona or somewhere. Arizona or California or something.
Oh God, no, he's not there from originally because his accent is so northern. I love it. It's so great.
I love the segment. I hated the fact. I hated the fact that that Techhead Terry was not real, and I probably should have just played along with it. But our audience knows that we know because it happened on the show when we found out. Well, But
yeah,
I'd love
it. Doesn't matter.
It's
amazing.
It's called Not Even a Show. It's on YouTube, and we're on the latest episode. That was the last thing I was going to talk about today. If you get a chance, it is fantastic. But we're on the episode, and I was going to ask Chris. I want him to make one of those jingles because, he calls these people and then he makes them a jingle. Make a jingle for me, Chris. For God's sakes, I think that's best.
Exactly.
All right, Sean, let's get back to the news with Sean Bolin.
All right. So anyway, I mentioned the murder of the individual at Seven Brothers Grocery. Call Crime Stoppers if you have any intel. 23-year-old man, 788-8427. Just senseless. And would love to see that. Love to see that case break. Springfield. How much will be lost with the state fair? The money's pretty considerable. I mean,
it'll smell better around
here. Have already been struggling, and regardless how many people you see out in the carnival area, just the farm people alone. I know a lot of them camp out on the fairgrounds, but still, a lot of hotel stays would have you. The capital city will lose about 15,000 room nights at hotels and a $6 million influx of money. So that hits pretty hard.
Unbelievable. But it'll smell better.
That's large.
Yeah. There won't be as much fried food, but we'll live. We'll be okay.
I want a corn dog.
You can still get corn dogs. You guys, you can't. Vosa's corn dog stand is open. You could still drive into the fairgrounds and get a corn dog any day.
Well, God, I hope so, because I need a corn dog.
Thank you, Shawnee.
And across over in the sports, and as you heard, I don't know if you talked about this, the state basketball tournament moving to Champaign.
Yeah, I liked Peoria.
Yeah.
But Champaign is also nice,
I think Peoria caught a lot of grief, but I think Peoria, the problem was really the four-class system and not Peoria.
Yeah.
So I think Peoria is shouldering the blame for, I don't know. Would you go with the four-class system 3 or keep 2? I think 3 might have worked. I think 4 has just been a disaster.
Listen, as long as there's I'm all for more kids playing longer. That's what I'm for. Oh well. That's it. It was in Champaign before. It's fine.
Hey, as long as they're playing,
Yeah.
you know, as long as they're getting some game time. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where it's at, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the hotels are cheap
Yeah,
as long as it's downstate instead of Chicago, because you can't listen. These school districts are already broken up. They're stretching their budgets all the way to the to the nth degree, and they don't have the money to pay for hotels and stuff in Chicago. You've got to keep it. Like I saw on your Facebook page, Sean, I think somebody said, "Oh, move it to Chicago," and I'm like, "No, it's stupid. These school districts can't afford Chicago."
No.
But you can get a hotel. You get a cheap hotel in Peoria or a Champaign. So I like that.
Yeah, and yeah, the United Center, especially now. I mean, numbers are down. The United Center would just be too big. Oh, one more thing, Clinton Fire Department, big church fire, Assembly of God Church over there at Mulberry and Leander Street. So serious burner up there in Clinton. I don't know how your following is in Clinton. I know certainly back in the day, and especially when you were doing gigs there on the square, pretty good following up there, and they're kind of lost between, you know, this media market here, media market there. So to the listeners in Clinton, pretty busy morning for the fire department up there.
I like Clinton. Clinton's a nice town.
oh, I love Clinton. My aunt and uncle live there. They live like actually right off of Center Street, and it's a great town.
Yeah, Clinton's cool.
Yeah.
All right,
I still
Shawnee.
can't get over the Kinney strip club story though.
Hey,
oh, do you really want to touch base on that, Sean? Do you really want to talk about that? Because I was there. I was there before it burned.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, yeah. I took some girlfriends of mine up there one night. They had some male strippers there, and the power went out. And everybody was watching strippers by flashlights, and they were playing their music by boombox. That was the first time I saw a girlfriend of mine take a piss in a urinal. It was great.
There was a first time for everything.
Yep.
Sean, you should be.
There was a tornado, I think. There's like a big bad thunderstorm or something like
I'm
that.
surprised you're not looking in the chat room now, in the video feed today. Doran is she sitting out by the pool? She's got every once in a while you get a good view of the knockers. I figured you'd like that, Sean.
Tell you what, it's been, you know, in the words of Zeppelin, it's been a long, lonely time. So I am extremely lonely, so I think I will. I'll have to look back.
Yeah, she looks good this episode.
It's called rollout, ball cap, and big tits.
There's something sexy about. There's something. I know you're just. You said you just rolled out of bed, but something you look good today.
Well, thank you. Maybe I don't know. I told you. I warned you. I warned
and by
you.
the way, Corey's saying
rare form.
District 186 will return to school August 24th. That's pretty cool.
Well, I got a voicemail from the superintendent of my son's school district that says that they're planning on going back. I think like on the teachers are going to go back on the 17th of August.
Mm-hmm.
Students are expect to go back on the 19th, but they still don't know exactly how they're going to do it. If they're going to do face masks or anything. And the superintendent was very concerned about, because school is a very social thing. They don't know how they're going to, do it. They're hoping that things will loosen up a little bit so we can go back to the normal. So we will see.
I'll be damned.
Yep.
All right, Shawnee. Thank you, buddy.
You got it, my brothers and sisters.
Love you, Shawnee.
Oh,
Have
God
a good
love
day.
you. I'll see ya.
I love how Sean, sometimes he has that sort of, I wish I'd never agreed to do sometimes it sounds like he's just itching to go. And then sometimes it feels like he wishes he'd never agreed to provide news. Because we made occasional, he'd jump on.
It's a what?
Kind of a tightrope.
Yeah.
I have to, I have to be careful of getting too colorful, if you know what I mean.
I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We don't talk about Sandy.
Otherwise-
We don't talk about Sandy or anything.
Well, Sandy, I think Sandy's in hiding because of the increase in dress sizes. Very, very horrified.
Good Lord. What was it?
She's like a Jenny Craig story, just dying to happen.
I enjoy your Facebook page, watching your beard grow every day.
Isn't it ridiculous?
Yeah, I'm wondering when you're going to shave that thing because it does look ridiculous.
I want to just go the whole distance. When I finally get called back to go back to work, I want to see how ridiculous it can get.
I want you to shave.
Hey, you know what?
Shave the side, but in the front, leave it like in a King Tut. I want to see.
Yeah. I like looking like not such a nice guy. You know, because I hate the fact that I'm a nice guy. I hate it.
Then quit being a nice guy. Be a dick. Just be a dick.
Yeah.
You might get some pussy that way.
Yeah, Sean. Maybe it'll be. Maybe you get some pussy. Did you say you might get some pussy? There you go.
Get some pussy. Just be a dickhead.
Yeah, there you go,
I
Sean.
tell you what, I screwed a lot of guys just because they were an asshole. You know, so maybe just start being a fucking asshole.
Maybe
Sean.
that's the
just
key.
Be a dick. Just be rude.
I'm gonna need greater because I'm like a bad poker player. I try it, and then I have a tell. Like I reveal my true self, and I blow it every time.
Well, then quit it. Just knock that shit off.
Yeah, I have no interest in your.
You need some therapy, Sean. Sean, you need some pool therapy. Come over.
Yeah.
We'll take care of you. We'll have some pool therapy, and we'll get you back into your dickhead.
You know what you need to do is invite Nikki over.
Nikki, come on over.
Invite Nikki over.
We're having pool therapy.
Sean, you hook up with Nikki because I'm telling you what you need is an over-lover. That's 100%.
You know it. Over-lover.
It's what you need.
Over lover, she'll love you so quick you won't believe it. She wants no other. Before you know it, she'll be on one knee. Niki's
Why am I on
an
one knee?
over lover. She'll give her heart before you feel it. After a few months, you're gonna tell her to go kick some rocks. She's the kind of girl you run from, especially if you're a young one. You better forget it. She'll never get it. She needs a man that's more mature.
Yeah.
One that can handle her. Don't ever forget it. Oh, you'll regret it. No, you'll never change her, so leave her. Get out quick, 'cause she is believing that she wants you to stay. You'll always know Niki's an over lover. She'll give her heart before you feel it.
Yeah.
She wants no other.
I like
Before you know
Sean
it,
Gotti's
she'll
in the
be
chat
on
room.
one knee. She'll be down on one knee.
Sean's in the chat room saying he's just watching for Doran's knockers. Aren't we all? Listen. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. Listen again. Sorry to Chris from Not Even a Show. Nobody was more sorry that Techhead Terry, that we found out the secret of Techhead Terry than me, because I love Techhead Terry. Made me laugh. Except for Nick. Nick was pretty upset when we found out Techhead Terry wasn't real, because he wanted Techhead Terry to become his best friend. Doran, good job today. Nikki, good job today, you guys. We'll wrap it up for today. I'll be back tomorrow with another edition of Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you again at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
You better wake up, sleepyhead, and get your fat butt out of bed. There's a man who just to play you Zeppelin and Pearl Jam. Raymond Lytle is his name. Some have called him just a bit insane. But you may find him a little idiotic. But his is the only morning show you can say has really got it. Slam the door, turn the key, get on the road now. With Central Illinois' morning way to get down. It's nasty, it's dirty, but it's funny, 'cause it's the Raymond Lytle's morning disaster. He's lewd, he's rude, he's crude, but it doesn't matter, 'cause he's the morning master of rock and roll and laughter. Raymond Lytle's morning disaster. Sean Bull and Scott, news and sports. Bodine's running down North Grand in his undershorts. Michelle will dwell on things colored pink and purple. They'll explain why Jim made a remake of that movie called The Black Hole. Slam the door, turn the key, get on the road now. The Central Illinois morning way to get down. It's nasty, it's dirty, but it's funny, 'cause it's the Raymond Lytle's morning disaster. He's lewd, he's rude, he's crude, but it doesn't matter, 'cause he's the morning master of rock and roll and laughter. Raymond Lytle's morning disaster.
That's going to wrap it up for today, everybody. That's it for today's morning disaster. Thank you so much for watching. We will return again tomorrow at 8 a.m. with another edition of the program. Thank you so much to everybody for being on today. For Sean Boleyn, for Doran, for Nick, Nikki, and Chris, the comedian who hosts Not Even a Show, and Tech Head Terry, who is a shame that was not real. All right, we'll wrap it up today. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Here's your replay.
How it gives you a good motor. It's got a good transmission. Got 33 miles a gallon.